At this point, we're getting a big breaking update as far as the terrorist who has been killed in Hajin area of Bandipora this morning has been identified as Imtiaz Ahmed Dar, who is said to be affiliated with the proscribed terror outfit, the TRF, which is associated with the Lashkar-e-Toiba. Zeenat, what we are getting to know, because this terrorist who has been neutralized is said to be involved in the recent civilian killings.
Oh yes, Amita, this with the killing of Imtiaz, who is associated with the TRF Bandipora. Police is able to solve the case of sumo driver Mohammed Shafi Loan. Shafi was one of the persons who was who was killed by the terrorists in the target killing case. Finally, with Imtiaz, who was counting since then, have been neutralized by Hajin Bandipora. The operation was carried by SOG Bandipora along with the Indian Army and CRPF. We are seeing back-to-back two operations in the Kashmir Valley. One is from the South Kashmir, Anantnag, and another is from Hajin Bandipora. Because yesterday, if you remember, when we carried the story that the Hajin police, the Bandipora police, was able to solve the case with the arrest of the OGW network, and they also revealed that the Pakistani handler Umar Lala was behind the killing. He had given instructions to the OGW network in Bandipora about the killing of a sumo driver. The recce was conducted, and finally they were able to apprehend all the OGWs who were part of the killing. And now only the Imtiaz, who was absconding since then, and as per the police had joined the terror outfit today, has been neutralized by Bandipora police.
Well, as we are getting more details on the same, that is a tweet that has also been put forth by the police's side, as they are giving us the details of how this operation was. Is still going on. I believe Major General A.K. Savaj is also joining us here on the broadcast. Sir, good morning to you. This is where the civilian killings, the targeted killings, is now being avenged, sir. We're getting to know that one of those said terrorists who was involved in the recent civilian killings, sir, he himself is now being neutralized.
No doubt. It's a very good news. The fact this terrorists have been neutralized send a very good message. You know, it is a hybrid warfare and terrorism which the Pakistan has started. Basically, they are giving a smaller weapon to the youth who are radicalized. They are part of the society. And then they do this target killing, and then they again merge back into society. And that's why we were becoming very difficult to track and trace them. But it's a very good sign. You know, the security forces are already doing an all-out operation, which is very successful. And now by killing this one terrorist, I'm sure the security forces are going to go after all other terrorists which have done the civilian target killing. Because remember, there are only 125 to 150 terrorists which have been left. Leadership of Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jaise Mohammed, Hizbul Mujahideen has been totally wiped off from the Kashmir Valley by security forces in all-out operation. And no fresh infiltration is being successful because our counter-infiltration grid is quite strong and robust and stable. Now, these target killing have slightly sent a wrong message to Kashmiri Pandit and Kashmiri Sikh. Now, and this confidence we have to build them again, that they should not leave Kashmir Valley. And by targeting and by able to eliminate this terrorist who was involved in civilian killing, I think you bring back that confidence. And I'm sure that in time to come, we'll be able to track and trace even the other terrorists. But this is a new warfare in which we have to be very, very careful. The ISI has started off, wherein they are now giving us smaller weapons like pistol, which is very difficult to detect, and they merge with the common public. They do the targeted killing and then again go back. So it is very difficult for the security forces to trace them. But now intelligence is coming. People are themselves giving the intelligence. You will do more, arrests the way the security forces have gone. The NIA is also able to track and trace certain OGW sleeper cell and the people who are giving them shelter. Now, all these will be targeted, and you'll find that the results will be coming. Because as it is, NIA has been quite successful in choking the funds which were coming from Pakistan, and it was being given to this basically those who were throwing the stones. The stone throwing incidents have reduced to almost nil. So, but that sort of killing which was there was a major cause of concern, and it was a setback. But I'm sure the security forces are quite, you can say, bold. They are now going all out. They are making sure that those who were involved in this target killing must be tracked, traced, and eliminated at the earliest.
Absolutely, sir. No doubt about that. But what do you have to say on this, sir, new tactic that is now being taken up by the terrorists and, of course, across the border? Because we've been seeing that there has been heightened activity and a lot of drone activity that has also been reported ever since the ceasefire with Pakistani army that has been initiated by India. And what we are looking at, these are new tactics, sir, especially when it comes to civilians this time being targeted, especially coming from the minority community there, sir.
Absolutely. I see the two things we have to take care of it. You know, the ceasefire which started by Pakistan in February was a ploy by them because they wanted to that time target toward the western border toward Afghanistan. Now once the Taliban has come in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, they have got a strategic depth. There is a danger of 8 to 10,000 terrorists of Lashkar-e-Toba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, which were fighting along with Taliban against Afghan forces, are now available to them. And because they are equipped with latest weapons, also M4, M16, which were left behind by the Americans. Remember what happened in 89-90 when Soviet Union withdrew from Afghanistan? The Mujahideen, along with the Stinger missile, they came to Jammu and Kashmir, and that was the start of militancy and terrorism. So all this 8 to 10,000 terrorists can be diverted toward Jammu and Kashmir. That's a different thing. Our counter-infiltration grid is quite robust. But you find that now the terrorists have already started making infiltration attempts. All the launch pads are full now. And the Pakistan will try to give them a covering fire.
Sir.
Time is not far off. They will try to pump in because winters are setting in. They will send it. But this new threat which is emerged is
absolutely, sir, because this is the time where majority of the infiltration attempts also happen on the onset of the winters. There's Major General A.K. Srivathsa. Thank you very much for joining us. And